Congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs. They have officially won the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. I am Will Scott. Welcome into NBA Now. We're filming this just minutes after the 2023 NBA Draft Lottery concluded. Here are the results. Complete chalk from 14-6. No teams moved up. But the Detroit Pistons, who had as good of a chance as anyone tonight of landing the number 1 overall pick, they fall all the way back to 5. The Rockets, they had a good chance tonight to get Wembanyama. They, for the 3rd straight year, had as good of a chance as anyone to get the number 1 pick. They do not win the lottery. Again, they will pick number 4 overall, and that's big because, in my opinion at least, there is a clear top 3. The Rockets not in the top 3. Top 3. Number 3, Portland Trail Blazers. They moved up significantly. Charlotte Hornets move up to 2, and then picking at number 1 overall, which obviously it's going to be Victor Wembanyama, are the San Antonio Spurs. So Tony Parker from France, now Victor Wembanyama. Can he be the next French superstar in San Antonio? Who is the best player in the 2023 NBA draft class? For me, it's pretty clearly Victor Wembanyama, but we saw some people in our live chat that were like, oh, I really like Brandon Miller. I think he's the best player. Scoot Henderson, chime in down in the comment section. Who is the best player in the 2023 NBA draft class? There's a reason that a lot of teams were tanking, and that is because they were trying to get Victor Wembanyama. He is a Spur, and you saw the reaction from him with Brian Windhorst live in Paris. He knows he's going to be a Spur, and I think he's excited about playing for one of the best to ever do it in Greg Popovich. Here is what he did for the Metropolitans over in France. 21.8 points per game, 10.6 rebounds per game, 3.1 blocks per game. Needs to work on the three-point shooting maybe a little bit, but this guy is probably the best prospect that we have seen since LeBron James. He is going to San Antonio. There is no question about that. He is going to be the number 1 overall pick. Now, here is where you have a debate. What are the Charlotte Hornets going to do at number 2? And Chase Senior and I, when we were live for the draft lottery, were talking about this before the results came in. And for me, it was like, when you're talking about the Scoot versus Miller argument, for me, I said that it's going to depend on who gets the pick and if they have a franchise point guard. The Hornets have LaMelo Ball, so I think they're going to take Brandon Miller here with the number 2 overall pick, who is the best player in college basketball this past season at Alabama. 18.8 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game, shot 38.4% from 3. He has all the tools to be really good at the next level. He had a groin injury, did not play well in the NCAA tournament, but I think he is a lock to be a top 3 pick, and I expect him to be the number 2 overall selection here by the Charlotte Hornets. But the second best player in the draft, in my opinion, is Scoot Henderson. And the Blazers, yeah, they have Dame Lillard, but Dame is expected to be in some trade talks possibly this summer. I think it makes a lot of sense to trade Dame Lillard and take Scoot Henderson here with the number 3 overall pick if Henderson is, in fact, on the board at number 3 overall. 16.5 points per game in his 2nd season with the G League Ignite. 6.5 assists per game. This guy is just absolutely ripped. Yeah, he's a little bit small, 6'2", but he has an unbelievable amount of muscle. And when you watch the tape on Scoot Henderson, he looks like Derrick Rose in his prime. That's how good that Scoot can be here in the National Basketball Association. I do believe that he's going to be the pick at 3, and if that's the case, Dame Lillard will get traded this offseason. The Philadelphia 76ers are a team to watch there when you're talking about a Lillard trade, because I believe James Harden is going back to Houston. All right, you have the number 2 pick here. You're Charlotte. Who are you taking? Type M for Miller or type S for Scoot down in the comment section. Go down, chime in again. When you're talking about this argument, I thought it was going to come down to who had the number 2 pick. The Hornets have LaMelo Ball. They don't necessarily need a point guard. I think they draft for need and take Brandon Miller here, number 2 overall. The Rockets, their fans are in shambles right now, man. They thought they had a really good shot tonight to get the number 1 pick after not winning the lottery the last 2 seasons. Not only do they not get the number 1 pick, They fall all the way back to 4. I have them taking Thompson from Overtime Elite. We don't know a whole lot about him because he didn't play at the collegiate level, went the unconventional route with his twin brother. But I really like Thompson as a prospect. He has all the tools, especially offensively, to be really good at the next level. Very quick off the dribble. I expect him to be a top 4, top 5 pick here. This is interesting. Number 5 overall, the Kansas product, Gradey Dick, going number 5 overall here in our mock draft to the Detroit Pistons. Some people might say this is a reach, man, but I saw Gradey play live in person this year. He's legit, man. He's going to be really good at the next level. Dude is a walking bucket, great playmaker. Shades of Reggie Miller, I would say. Kevin O'Connor said the same thing. We will be live for the free agency period as well as the draft and the finals, so be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. There's a lot to bet on right now in the NBA. You can go and make your bets at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. That means if you put $100 in your account, you're going to start with $225 to bet with. That's a great deal. Go and take advantage of it. Chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code. And then Ausar Thompson, number 6 overall, the twin brother of Amen. One of the most athletic players in this draft. I actually think he's better defensively than his twin brother, and I think he's going to be a top 6 pick as well. We have him slotted here to the Orlando Magic. Keyonte George, number 7 overall out of Baylor to the Indiana Pacers. And if he falls to 7, I think Pacers fans would be very happy with this pick. 15.3 points per game. Last season at Baylor was first team all Big 12, 2.8 assists per game. Good defensively as well. Over a steal per game. He shot 33.8% from the floor. Great playmaker for the Bears in the Big 12 last season. Anthony Black, number 8 overall here. Some people think this is a top 5 prospect. We have him falling here to the Washington Wizards. Had an impressive NCAA tournament. Really upped his stock while at Arkansas. Great floor general, but needs to work on getting a more consistent shot. Now, this is an interesting prospect here in Nick Smith, going number 9 overall in our mock draft to the Utah Jazz. He was the number 3 overall prospect in the 2022 recruiting class. High ceiling, needs to work on his consistency. This next pick here, one of my favorite prospects in the NBA draft, Taylor Hendricks out of UCF. This was not supposed to be a one-and-done player. He was the number 59 overall prospect in the 2022 high school class, but he had an unbelievable season for the UCF Knights, 15.1 points per game. He's 6'10" and shot 39% from 3. That's what you want in today's NBA, a big man that can shoot. He's also really good defensively as a rim protector, and we all know that Dallas needs defense. Taylor Hendricks can get it done on both ends. He would be a phenomenal pick, and I do think he's going to be a top 10 pick. Jarace Walker going number 11 overall here, the Houston product. I see some Rockets fans on Twitter that are saying to take the Houston Cougar here at number 4 overall. I don't think he's going to go that high. Maybe Houston trades back a little bit, but he would be a steal at number 11 overall to Orlando. Orlando has the Chicago Bulls pick here at 11, so 2 top 11 picks here for the Orlando Magic. Cam Whitmore, number 12 overall to the Thunder. I think a lot of people might be surprised to see him fall this far. If a prospect that's widely considered to be a top 6 or 7 guy falls, I think it might be Whitmore. A lot of hype around him at Villanova last year. Did not put up the scoring numbers I thought he was going to put up, but the ceiling is still very high. And I think the Thunder would be thrilled if he fell to them at number 12 overall. Cason Wallace, number 13 overall here, going to the Toronto Raptors, the Kentucky product. Talented defender, and his shot really improved throughout the year. Somewhat of a project, but I think Toronto is a good fit for the Wildcat star. And then Jalen Hood-Schifino out of Indiana going here to the New Orleans Pelicans with the last pick in our post-NBA lottery mock draft. Great pace, pull-up threat. He's talented from the mid-range, and when he's on, he's on. Biggest game of the year at number 5, Purdue, dropped 35 points. Grade our post-lottery mock draft. Type A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think about our post-lottery mock draft?